And more than 1,000 people gathered this week in Santa Rosa, California, to protest the fatal shooting of 13-year-old Andy Lopez. It was just a week ago that the teenager was shot and killed by a county sheriff who saw Lopez holding a pellet gun that resembled an AK-47. According to the police account, 2 Sonoma County Sheriff deputies saw Lopez carrying what appeared to be a rifle and immediately called for backup. The officers then allegedly repeatedly asked Lopez to drop the weapon. And when Lopez turned to face the officers, one of them, Deputy Erick Gelhaus, opened fire, shooting the young boy's. The parents and the community of Andy Lopez are frustrated over the shooting. They say didn't have to happen. And they brought that frustration to a rally this week where they carried signs that read, quote, "We are all Andy Lopez. The whole damn system is guilty. And Andy did not have to die." To talk a little bit more about the controversy surrounding this incident, I want to bring in RT's Ramon Galindo. Ramon, at this rally, like I mentioned, they were chanting Andy Lopez did not have to die. And of course, they're putting the blame on the entire system. What do they believe should or could have been done in this situation to avoid this young boy being killed?
Right. Well, this community in Santa Rosa in Northern California is still in a state of shock and mourning after the shooting of 13-year-old Andy Lopez. Now, Deputy Gelhaus says that he thought he was in danger and the community was in danger when he saw Andy Lopez's toy gun. He didn't know it was a toy gun at the time because it resembles an AK so much. But so many people in the community are still wondering why it is that somebody that is so highly trained could not use a less lethal way of confronting Andy Lopez. From the sounds of the eyewitness reports and even the testimony of the deputies themselves, this all happened very quickly. And as we've seen over the past week, thousands of people have come out to show their support and love for the family.
And at this point, is there any investigation open as to whether this deputy even acted appropriately in the way he used his weapon while on duty?
Right. Well, Deputy Gelhaus, who's involved in this shooting, has been placed on administrative leave. He's a veteran of over 2 decades in law enforcement. Now, the FBI has launched their own independent investigation. I called the FBI office in the Bay Area this morning, still waiting for a response from them. The Santa Rosa Police and the Petaluma PD are also investigating the Sonoma County Sheriff, because in Sonoma County, there's a protocol that's been in place for a couple decades now that police agency involved in an officer-involved shooting cannot investigate itself. And this actually comes from a string of officer-involved shootings back in the 1990s back in the 1990s there in Sonoma County. But still, despite all these investigations happening, there are many in the community who fear that there's not enough transparency in this, and that this case will unfortunately turn out like so many other police shootings where the shooting is ruled justified.
And interestingly, Ramon, when Andy Lopez was shot, he was wearing a hoodie, which is a pretty big symbol. There were others at the rally wearing hoodies in solidarity as they protested. Do you think this incident reminded people at all of what happened in the case of Trayvon Martin? Did you see the issue of race or racial profiling discussed at all?
Right. Well, the problem of racial profiling and police brutality has been a big issue in the Bay Area, even before Trayvon Martin. I mean, the anti-police brutality movement has gained a lot of steam in recent years, especially after the shooting of Oscar Grant, which has gone viral on YouTube. But yeah, Andy Lopez was wearing a hooded sweatshirt at the time that he was shot, and he wasn't wearing the hoodie was not up at the time of the shooting. But really, in this community, there does seem to be a lot of animosity between the Latino community and police. In fact, Sonoma County Sheriff has a Latino outreach division within its department, which really shows that this animosity goes way back. And from the looks of the response that we've seen following this shooting, that animosity is still quite strong.
And Ramon, as I understand, during this rally, there was definitely a police presence. Can you talk a little bit about the rationale? Why were there so many? Were there arrests made, or were the protests peaceful?
Well, the family of Andy Lopez has pleaded with the public and demonstrators to remain peaceful, and they've heeded those calls. Yes, we've seen pictures and videos of police in riot gear trying to protect certain property from protesters. They've told the local media that they expect outside agitators and vandalism. However, none of that has happened, and things have remained peaceful. And from the looks of it, there will continue to be vigils and rallies throughout the next several days in order to lend support to Andy Lopez's family and to hopefully keep this case in the public limelight, hoping that justice will be served either way.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to follow this for sure. We'll have you back on again. Our T is Ramon Galindo. Thanks.